Hey guys, today we're going to use the lines that we know to create a painting that helps us practice our rainbow order colors. The first thing we're going to do on our paper with our pencil is draw as many different lines as we know. I did zigzag, wavy, dashed, loopy, dotted, and then I'm going to do a straight line. Now while I've got my pencil in my hand, I totally forgot to write my name on the back of my paper. So I'm going to flip it over really quickly and I'm going to write the name on the back of my paper. Then I'm going to get a Sharpie and I'm going to go over my pencil lines with my black Sharpie. This will help them stay a little more apparent when we start painting, and then our lines won't disappear. And go over my lines twice, but you can just do it once if you would like to. Now that I've got my lines drawn on there with pencil and then traced over with my Sharpie, I'm going to erase some of my pencil lines so they don't show up anymore. But you can leave them if you would like to. After I erase those pencil lines, we're going to use a white oil pastel to add some more lines on our paper. And remember how we used oil pastels before? If you use the white oil pastel and you paint on top of it, then it will show up when we paint. So I'm going to use my white oil pastels and I'm going to draw some different lines and small details in between my big lines I drew with my Sharpie. Now I know since we're using a white oil pastel on white paper, it's really hard to see. If I bend my paper a little bit, you can see all my different lines a little better. Now I'm ready for paint. Now I've got my rainbow order. I've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. I also have black and brown on my watercolor tray, but we're not going to use those because we're going to practice our rainbow order. I'm going to use lots of water and I'm going to start with red up at the top. You can see as I'm painting, my white oil pastel marks start to show up because oil and water don't mix. They are not friends. So I'm going to do a little section with my red and I've got my white oil pastel lines poking through. I'm going to rinse my brush and I'm going to move on to the orange part. I'm going to kind of blend them together at the top. And not too much because I still want to make sure I see a difference between my red and my orange. Then I'm going to go on to my yellow, green, blue, and purple colors to fill up the entire paper with my rainbow colors. Now remember, as I'm painting, use lots of water. If your paint isn't moving on the paper very well, it means that there's too much paint and not enough water, and it's not wanting to move on the paper very well. I also want to remember to rinse my brush really good every time that I switch colors because I don't want to mix the colors on my watercolor tray too much. Then they get dirty. So use lots of water and make sure you rinse your brush in between each color. Once you're done with your purple, then you'll be all done with your rainbow order, and the only white on the paper is showing through is the lines from your oil pastel. We'll put these on our dry mat, and then we'll see them when they're dry, and you'll have a painting that showcases all of the lines you know and your rainbow order colors.